Good evening and welcome to this week's episode of The Palantir. Oh yes, as some of you may recall, in our last episode we ran a competition to steer the future of The Palantir by recommending us a sketch to use our footage, the piece of stock footage we had. And we're pleased to say we had thousands of entries and Tom has selected a winner.
It is, yeah, and the winner is Mr. William Champion.
William Champion, as I live and breathe.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're now going to do is perform Will's sketch for the community.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't you start?
Oh yeah, I start. It's just
Oh no, we know how funny it is, they don't.
okay. Damian.
Yes.
Damien, given it's Christmas.
It is still Christmas.
It's
the week after the
obviously
8th of December, still Christmas.
Still Christmas. Have you been doing any festive traditions?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, Tom. Thank you. We do. In my household, we do a tradition that I think a lot of people do around the world. What we like to do is put the elf, the little on the shelf.
Look at that.
Just put that every year, and we move her every night. So it's like all the elves have been around the house and moving around. So yes, we like to put the elf on the shelf.
Good.
Say, Thomas,
Mm-hmm.
do you have any Christmas traditions in your house?
Usually not, but this year we thought we'd go big, and we didn't want to do an elf on the shelf.
All right. What have you done?
I've put James Long on a chaise long.
That was the best one. Out of all of them. That was the best joke.
Yeah, they were awful.
That was rubbish. Welcome, Strategy Falcons, to the GBHL YouTube video. You're here with your host, GBHL Damian.
And GBHL
And
Tom.
we are here with episode 90 of The Palantir. Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Back. Yes. With double Palantir.
Mm.
First time in Palantir history, I believe. Facts fans. Dull facts fans.
Go and check out all of 89 episodes to check whether that's actually factually correct. Probably not.
Yeah, please, but you know, it'll keep you busy. Happy New Year.
Mm-hmm.
We are back after a 7-week gap. The traditional 7-week gap between episode 89 and 90.
In good news, you've had at least, 7 weeks, about 50 videos on the GBHL.
You've nearly had a video a week.
Not daily content.
And they're all down to Jamie and Harry, so congrats to those guys on doing battle companies. More on that later.
Mm.
Yeah, so Happy New Year. Sorry we haven't been around. We meant to do a Palantir on like the week of the 15th.
What happened?
I don't know. Fall asleep or something? We certainly thought we'd have one more Christmassy one in.
Yeah, we couldn't do a day for whatever reason. You were going to do one day and then realised that it was a work. You had something.
Oh, I had a work meal on Wednesday, yeah,
Yeah.
probably. That was like before Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, amazing. And then it just took us a while to get back into it. Very sorry. Hopefully we'll get back on the ball, and I hope you've missed us. How have you been?
Fine, thank you, Damien. How have you been?
I mean, good. Good Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
Marvellous.
Yeah.
That's that then.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Loads ago. Oh, I'm not going to rogue sip.
No, especially not for this one. So, yes, tea toast this time. We'll do the actual tea toast first.
Mm-hmm.
So, last time it was with Adam Marcel at Black Five Productions.
Our Canadian chums.
And he said, well, gentlemen, thank you for the shout
You should
out.
be toasting with your Canadian mug, surely.
Surely. I mean,
We're double teeing again tonight.
Thank you for the shout out and the tea toast. With that said, I'd like to keep it going here in Canada. I'd like to pass it on to OHA George, more on their dice later, who also is a great ambassador of the hobby and a great builder of boards. Check out his recent video on Hearst Arts mods.
Absolutely.
So there you go, there you have it, George. Keep the tea toast going and pass it on to another Canadian. Cheers, Adam.
That's the OHA George. That's George from the Ontario Hobby Adventures. If you're not familiar with their channel. Go and check it out. They do awesome stuff with Jason. And yeah, George has just started doing a set of videos about how to build stuff with Hurst art molds, which is awesome. And he's building Ammon hen. He's doing very, very cool. Took through the process of making them. So yeah, congrats to George. And chatted to him on Facebook a bit recently. Lovely, lovely man. And pass it on.
And we also have a more serious and sombre tea toast that we'd like to give. We don't have to do this often on the Palantir, which I guess is a good thing, but we're very sad to say that Ian Baldwin, who is a member of our community here in the UK and an avid watcher of the Palantir as well, sadly passed away last week. So here's to you, Ian, a special tea toast to you.
Absolutely. Very sad news. So to all your friends and family who are out there, he's a very popular man in the community. It's always sad to hear, but rest in peace and so forth.
Indeed. Yeah, so...
you played him, yes?
Yeah, I played him at Throne of Skulls.
I know. I knew him, but I didn't know him well. But he seemed like all the comments on the picture that Mel put up. He just seemed, incredibly popular.
Yeah, he's a lovely guy, and we had a I don't know, did we review Throne of Skulls? Anyway, I remember it coming down to, I think he had Imrahil and I had Bolg, and they were kind of fighting for turn after turn after turn, and I think eventually Bolg killed Imrahil, which he was sad in a way, but it was
a good fight.
Yeah, it was a good fight. But yeah, that was a really good game, and that was his first ever tournament, but then he came to quite a few more, and he was certainly at Ardacon last year, and sent me a very nice Facebook message afterwards saying, well done on your second place. So yeah, really sad that Ian is no longer with us, but hopefully the guys in the Cheltenham group can keep that stuff going there.
I'm sure someone said that they were going to rename a painting. Maybe JT, I feel. Someone said that they were going to rename their painting competition after him, which I think is a very lovely touch. But yeah, it's horrible. Yeah. Like you say, we're lucky. I think that we've only done this twice for someone, so that's a good thing. But hopefully, it'll be a very long time before we have to do it again.
Yes. Anyway, on to
the nonsense.
Yeah,
indeed.
On to happier things. So yeah, on the sketch, yes, we didn't have too many in the can that we could use, but we did quite enjoy Tale of Middle Earth's increase the odds with James Long and a chaise long by adding a gong, whilst having him write a song, but please don't put him in a thong, as that would just be wrong.
I don't know.
Good rhyming. Yeah. Just hard to make a sketch out.
The stag do's coming out, you can just film that. In a thong.
And then, what was it? King Bonsai, what do you call it when the most recent Palantir guest stretches the most annoying models out and then lies on top of it?
James Long. It can't be on a shade long.
On a shade long.
It's good, Bonsai.
Cool.
Good work. All funny, they all could have won.
Yeah. Anything.
Is that it? Was it 3?
Yeah,
3. Good work.
Those were the only ones worth writing about, I think.
So last week, in a row last week, 7 weeks ago.
7 weeks ago.
And it might be that maybe people are disliking it because it's not been on. But I noticed we had a rogue 4 dislikes last week. So we actually had more dislikes than we had entries into that competition. Which is, you're doing well on YouTube when. Yeah. So here's to you, here's to our dislikers as ever. Yeah. Great to have you with us. Yeah. Sorry. I feel so bad for them. Turning up, being miserable every week.
On to the news. But before we do the news, what is this show?
Oh, it's very important. This show is only our own views and opinions and do not represent the views or the opinions of any other formal body or institution such as the GBHL podcast, the Great British Hobbit League, or indeed Pampers.
Good.
And I say Pampers because I now feel I need to do my I'm hearing that I need to do my almost weekly Palantir disclaimer that you might be able to just now hear my child crying. You'll be pleased to know she's woken up with her mother. So Emma is looking after the baby, and I'm not being a terrible parent. Before people write in and go, why won't you stop your baby crying? Stop filming the video. So yeah, if you hear that, that's what that is. She's sad because she's not on the show.
That's true. Tournament news then. So it was the league opener last weekend in Oldham.
Yeah.
Not
Nice.
last weekend, weekend before.
Yeah, so it's crazy Palantir timing, isn't it? Yeah, about 9 days ago.
Yeah.
For us.
Run by Steve. Looked like a cracking event. There were loads of people there. 50?
Yeah, something like that. Big sell-out.
And
Not Steve, the event.
it was won by Jay with Ed and Harry on the podium. But it was a very familiar look, I think, to the top 5 or 6 were all the top 5 or 6 from last year in the league.
Oh, really? Well, I know weren't Team England for the ETC last year and this year were on like top tables for 2 rounds running or something like that.
But anyway, it seemed like a very competitive event, but it seemed like a fun one as well with some excellent boards. Obviously, check out Steve's boards.
So no surprise really at all to be launching into a new season and having Ed and Jay smashing each other up at the top.
Yeah. And then the next 3 events, would you like to know, Damian?
I would love to know.
Cardiff, Firestorm Games, 27th to 28th of January, which must be tomorrow as you watch this.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
The tournament this weekend?
Yeah.
Really?
It's 450 points.
Going?
It's the Into the West 2018.
Yeah.
Last week when I wrote this, 23 out of 24 places had been taken anyway, so I don't think you'll be able to get
That's
tickets.
good for Ali and Matt.
Yeah. Should be a good event. Then February 10th to 11th is... Any ideas? Your favourite pub?
It's Mid Sussex Wargamers.
It is indeed.
I
Down
can't
in
go.
Grinstead Town.
I can't go.
Neither can I.
I think it is the first
Is that the
tournament
first East Grinstead
they've
one?
ever run that I've not gone to for the past 4 years.
Shocking.
But it's my it was 10th and 11th. My dad's 80th birthday is the 9th, and so that weekend we're seeing him.
Should have gone out with that.
Well, I think I've got out of it. I've got out of my dad's birthday to go to his events before, and I was like, well, obviously I can't miss that.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely gutted.
Yeah. And but they're sold out, obviously. I mean, they didn't need you. So.
Like this show.
But there are often reserved stuff on there. It's a 350 point event. So yeah, maybe get yourself on the reserve list just in case.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then it's Warhammer World GT, which is also sold out.
Yeah, which is altogether on a different scale, so that's awesome.
And that's 700 points. I should also say all 3 of the next events all count 100 points towards the Great British Hobby League.
Oh, so it's a big start to the league.
Yeah.
You're not going to the GT?
No.
Craziness.
I know.
Madness, man. I'm going along to that. Hoping against hope, I reckon. They haven't announced the seminar, but maybe we'll get some news about what's next. The last slide I think we saw was at Warhammer Fest. So that was last sort of May time.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this is the next big event where they might give some previews or
Yeah.
something about what's to come this year.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. But yeah, big competitive tournament. It's quite exciting.
Mm-hmm. And then we have news on tournament.
We do. It's not one of the next 3, but
No.
we do have some exciting news. 7 Stones 2018! Woo! Indeed. Since our last episode of the Palantir,
7 weeks ago.
7 weeks ago, we have put the event page up, and people signed up all over the place, so it's awesome. So our doubles event, which will be at the end of May, as always, is going on, which is great, and we have 32 team slots this time. And at the moment, as we record this, tickets haven't gone on sale, but at the moment all those team slots are spoken for, which is amazing. Really quickly, so that's great. But no one has bought tickets. No one has paid for tickets. And having run this event now for 4 years, I'm absolutely sure that some of those teams that have signed up won't convert.
Yeah, I think even down to like 5th reserve last time got in.
Yeah. So we've got, at the moment, there's about 3 teams on the reserve list, but if you are interested in coming along 7 Stones 2018, get on that event page and sign up as a team, because I would say you've got a decent chance
Because
of
it's
getting
doubles. If one of you drops, then it makes it hard.
That's exactly what happened quite recently. One person dropped out and their partner then was like, we were going as a double, so I'm not coming. So yeah, if you're interested in coming along, go and sign up. And it's the same format as always, which is 400 points per person. Fluff first, fluff above all else at Seven Stones. 800-point armies in total. All sorts of wackiness and fun going over the weekend. We've changed a few scenarios.
Yep.
For the first time ever. We've changed some of the scenarios to incorporate some of the new ones. And stolen one from Jamie and Harry's joint highest doubles tournament of all time.
On alphabetical order.
What in Stop Water Flames?
Yeah,
Seven Stones.
Seven Stones.
Yeah, that's how we do it. And Damian would be before Jamie and Harry, so I'll get some. They've one of their scenarios was awesome, so we've nicked that. And the biggest news, though, we have got some major Seven Stones news.
We do.
Ooh. We're moving. Seven Stones is moving. The venue is changing for the first time. We've had a great run at Titans War Games Club, but they're unable to hold us anymore. And so it is moving to St Mary's University. Wait for it. Twickenham. Oh yes. This is, you can hear the sound of mics being dropped all around the country. Yeah, so it's in southwest London essentially. So our hope is that everyone who signed up to go to Finchley in North London will still be able to get to Twickenham in South London. Yeah, it's not huge out of the way. It is a vastly better venue and setup for us in every possible sense. I think it's fair to say, in terms of location.
Apart from the lack of Titan scenery.
Yeah, the big thing for us is we won't have their boards and we won't have their scenery, so we're going to be figuring out quite what we're going to do about going to Wicks and getting a load of MDF. Yeah, get some more trees in.
No, we haven't done the more trees yet. You'll see the trees later.
We've got some trees. Andrew Pennington, let's give him another shout out. Andrew Pennington.
This is the first shout out.
First shout out, obviously. Haven't recorded the 50-point barrel. Never do. Is making homemade trees on the tray page and selling them, and we got some, and they're brilliant. So they're really, really great. Really, really good value. So check them out. We would recommend.
But really good value.
Yeah, for a trade.
For a trade.
For us. I think they are. They're very well priced.
They are. I just like that. Very good. Oh yeah, that was good value when we traded.
We traded. So, good trade on that. So yeah, thanks to Andrew for getting those over to us. But yeah, so that's the only downside really. But it's obviously, for those who don't know, I live in Twickenham, so and it's the actual venue is where I work. So we've got a lot of kind of connections there, and we'll have access to. We've got one main room, but we'll also have access to kind of overspill rooms potentially for other stuff. We haven't really thought about it. Fallon's very excited because her office is down the corridor from the room, so she's very excited about her tea station this year.
And we should be still doing a pub quiz.
Yep, there'll still be a quiz.
I haven't booked it.
And I think my thing that I'm most excited about now is that we can now really push the Saturday night. Because Seven Stones is Sunday, Monday, Sunday bank holiday. And in the past, because it was away from all of us, we only have some people came down late on the Saturday, but there wasn't a lot going on the Saturday because us, like as TOs, weren't there. But this year will very much, we can get into the venue on Saturday and set up. It's great, so we might have some gaming on the Saturday. And then I think we're going to head out on the Saturday for a curry in Twickenham.
That's what it says in the rules, Pat.
It does indeed. So, by all means, if you're interested, plan for 2 nights accommodation. And there will absolutely, categorically be fun times on the Saturday. And so it means you won't have that crazy Sunday journey, which will be really cool, really exciting.
I guess it's the same whenever we go down on a Friday night to event. You'd always get the Friday night, Saturday night. So, yeah.
With the real big bonus that you don't have to travel on Friday night.
Yeah.
You just travel on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
So and then it'll make the Sunday morning easier on us because
what a bank holiday weekend.
Yeah, it should be great.
And the rules pack should be up now as you watch this.
Yes.
On our event page, on the Great British Hobbit League Facebook page.
And the tickets are now on sale.
Now on sale.
Yeah, now. From now. Go. So but only to teams who have reserved a spot. So if you reserve a spot, get your ticket and that confirms you to get in. So yeah, that's Seven Stones. We're incredibly excited. I'm sure we'll talk more about that nearer the time. But it's going to be the biggest it's ever been. 32 teams. We're going to have 8.
Bigger than Jamie and Harry.
It is, yeah. But we'll be able to have 4 groups of 4 tournaments.
Groups of 8.
4 tournaments of 8 on day 2. The maths just finally fits. Yeah. So it's really really
don't
cool.
drop out last minute. Oh yeah, that's one thing is we do have late
no
dropout,
refund
no
policy.
refund, late dropout policy because of the way we do a World Cup group. So if you drop out, you leave us in the lurch.
Like what Sarah Man did
I
to...
see what you...
I'll workshop it for next week.
Yeah.
Say, Thomas, what would you say, how would you describe the situation when Aragorn didn't get to Boromir fast enough at Amon Hen? I'd say he left him in the lurch.
What's Barlaam Butterbear's favourite cheese?
Is it Brie?
Cheddar.
Cheddar.
Yeah. Right.
Brie would be on QI.
Anyway, some more bad news. This is from Andreas. As some of you may have heard, they had a break-in at the STF Wargaming studio and had their camera stolen.
Jerks. Not STF.
They didn't take some of the other stuff, so presumably there was a Smaug there, and they were like, no, camera's worth more than that. But
we can probably say this because those thieves are unlikely to watch this show.
Unlikely,
right?
Given that they didn't steal any model stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're morons. Absolute morons. Thousands and thousands of pounds of models. Nah, I don't want that, I don't want that.
But yes, I mean, still losing a camera is a big deal for a low-budget YouTube channel.
It's kind of key. You need the internet and a camera.
You need the camera. So, obviously, it's hard for Andreas and the rest of the guys at SDF to fund that themselves. So, if you would like to contribute and help them get back up and running, in the last episode, Andreas has made a comment, and there's the GoFundMe little link. So, go to the last episode, find that, click on that, and even a tiny amount is going to help them get a camera back and be able to film stuff. And they do the epic, every single scenario GW's ever done in chronological order, so it's well worth getting their camera.
I'm sure if you just go to SDF on YouTube, you'll find a link to the GoFundMe as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Mm-hmm.
That truly sucks. It's awful.
Yeah.
And but I guess cameras can be replaced. The models, the paint work, the paint jobs don't. So that's good.
Yeah. New stuff.
New stuff.
Yeah. What's
Down.
new?
In the last 7 weeks, we've had, I think, 3 releases.
Mm-hmm. There's a book.
Don't know if you know this is out. This has been mildly popular.
Mm-hmm.
You'd think this. I mean, this is amazing. Everyone's got this, and all the comments on this. Someone said perhaps we should rename the group, the Great British Battle Companies Group. And someone said, no, because some of us still play normal SPG. Yeah, you're right.
You're
We
right.
shouldn't. We absolutely shouldn't. Did you get it? We got it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I got it for Christmas. Lovely. Love that map. Look. Well done, Jay, Adam.
I hope you're not going through every single page.
For what?
You've love that map. Page
Yeah,
2.
page 2.
That?
Love that page of yellow. Cool. It's an awesome book. I love it.
Call that yellow?
What, this yellow page?
Is that yellow?
It sure as ain't blue.
Sure. Is it a bit more orangey than yellow?
Comment below.
We're back on to World Champion. Would you
It doesn't even have a page number. It's so early in the book. Is it yellow or is it orange?
Would you rather have a bath with your dishwashing, or would you? Yeah.
That's the World Champion question section.
Yeah.
Is it okay? Good.
Is it yellow?
That's good. It's all good content.
Yeah. Watch and have 2 people respond to that. 3 dislikes.
But I think it's great. You know why I really like this? I've never really been into Battle Companies before. I said to someone recently, I've never played a game of Battle Companies, and they said, what about the campaign you filmed and played in on the channel? I was like, oh yeah, when me, you, James and Jamie did that.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, I am quite the idiot. And we did Battle Companies, but I think part of it was, as much as it came out over 15 weeks, we did it all in like 2 days.
Yeah.
So I'd totally blacked out, but I've never really been keen on this at all. And then when reading through this, I got really excited about it. I got really. I'm going to do Lothlorien. Because.
Really?
Yeah, because I've got up there in that case a whole Lord of the Rings Mirkwood Lothlorien army. Mm-hmm. Everything for it that's grey and has never been painted. And I thought that would be a really good time to get some paint on some of those models. And also because they're plastics, I want to convert them.
Yeah.
And because they're plastics, you could, as stuff goes on and happens to them, you could legitimately cut bits off and go and get a head from here and go and get a head from there. So yeah, that's my plan. I don't know what for or when I'm going to do it, but that's my hope. Do you think, and this is entirely speculative here, could we do some form of Battle Company thing for SBG magazine? Would that? Do you think that tracks over?
I mean, I don't know. You'd have to kind of write up a campaign. Depends how.
Write it as a narrative article instead of a battle report or something. Tell you what, let us know below. Would you? Is that a good idea? Kind of instead of a 13-page battle report, 13-page summary of a Battle Company's campaign. It could be quite good fun. I don't know. Maybe. But yeah. What about you? Have you thought about which one?
I have not. Well, if I was doing the same vein as you and just doing something completely new, I have fiefdoms models, so that would be cool. But I don't know. There's a lot to choose from.
Yeah, 20. I think 20 in there.
Oh, do the Warg Riders. I mean, they'll win everything.
Absolutely. They're 50 foot round. They're small games.
Yeah.
Wild Riders dominate.
Just
Man.
one. You don't start with many, though, do you?
All you need is 4.
Oh no, Orokai Scouts would be cool.
Yeah, that's what Jay's is in there.
I'd quite like doing that.
But yeah, I'd never. I think I know it sounds so elitist, so fanboy. But I wonder if maybe I'd never really liked it because it was always, even though it started in White Dwarf, it was always like supplements all over the place and PDFs, and having a real hardback book for the first time, I just got so excited about it. So I don't know when I might get a chance to do it, but it's an awesome book.
I like the armies at the end.
Yeah, the various hobbyists battle companies, and it's very much a bonus release. You know, I think when we got it, they made it pretty clear very early on they'd be returning to the Hobbit.
Yeah.
And then I think they said, and kind of then Middle Earth strategy battle game, and then this was at Warhammer Fest, wasn't it? I think they said, oh, we're going to do battle companies. I think. So yeah, it's awesome. It's a great book. Everyone's got it. It seems to have been massively successful.
And it seems like loads of people it's not forced, but loads of people are painting for the battle companies.
Yeah. I mean, the Hobbit, the Facebook group is full of it. It's wonderful. Yeah. So congrats to the guys. It strikes me that that's been a very successful release for you. Well
done. Other things that come out are the Wraiths. Not all of them.
No, as of yet, we have the first 3.
Yes. Or some people have 6 because they were available at the Warhammer Open Day at the start of January. And then the last 3, they just had figures of, but no packets with them in.
They're on sale.
We've seen them all. We've got pictures of them all.
They look incredibly cool. I think they're all done by Keith.
I think they're all, because they're all stud, but it'll look super cool when you do the 9 around the White Council. Yeah,
they're either meant to be around Galadriel or in front of the fire.
Or in front of Necromancer.
Yeah. But they look awesome. They look really, really cool. Have you ordered them, picked them up?
No.
Going to?
Yes, but once all 9 are out, because of Forge World's silly postage rules, / I'll get you to get them when you're at the GT. Because you need to get up to like 250 before it.
So it's going to be one of those 2, is it?
Yeah.
You're either going to pay postage or you're going to get me to get them at the GT. It's the second one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good. Great.
But if I wait for all 3 to come out, then what I want from Forge World gets bumped over, or it gets close towards the 250.
Oh, what else do you want? That's only £90. Very reasonably priced.
You know what else was I after?
4 chariots.
I haven't got Bard's Kids yet.
I haven't got Bard's Kids.
But they're pretty cheap.
15 quid?
What on earth was I wanting? Oh, I was thinking of maybe getting some Iron Hills crossbows. That was the...
cool. Very nice.
But yeah, just I guess the slight annoyance with Forge World is that kind of extortionate it feels like extortionate postage when you get up to a high amount.
So you got to get to 250.
Or get someone to go to Warhammer World.
Go pick that up for you. I'm not going to get them for a while. I think they look amazing, but at the moment, because we've got Matt's ones they converted for us, done. There's so many things I don't have painted versions of that I'm going to paint them first.
Yeah.
And so if I do buy them, I'll just put them in a box.
Yeah.
But what I am wondering if I should do, because I've been using these guys in tournaments recently, and I think they'd still be alright.
Mm-hmm.
Most tournaments, even GW, because they're GW parts, they're conversions. I don't know. I'd have to ask if I wanted to. But I might get Matt made, because there's only 6 designs. You'll notice there's 3 replicated in the GW ones. Matt made 3 from concept sketches.
Yeah.
So I wonder now if I'd, to be fair to opponents, almost need to get the 3 other ones, so that they're, people would recognise what they're on the table possibly. And I was really keen to actually have a go at maybe replicating Matt's colour scheme, because he did an amazing job painting those.
Painting guide, didn't
Yeah, there's a painting guide in the magazine, so I'll give that a go.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're amazing. And we also had the Generals pack that came out, which is cool.
That was another thing. No, I've not.
The biggest thing I wanted from that, bizarrely, was the scenarios. Because at the moment, when the scenarios are just in PDFs, it was good to actually have, these are printed versions that we're going to start using now. I think the counters are cool as well. So yeah, not that personally that fussed about the play sheet for me, but I think the counters are really cool.
Cool. Anyway, that's it for the news. Yes.
Oh, it's been 7 weeks.
Yeah.
Not news.
Also showing that it's been 7 weeks. Liam Robinson, replacement Tom Palantir host section.
Oh yeah, you were awful last week.
Okay. And he suggested Taylor Sinstad.
Who's that?
I don't know. And then other one is perhaps himself. And then he also says perhaps a small black ball.
Perhaps himself?
Yeah.
What, you?
No, perhaps Liam.
Oh, Liam, I see, sorry.
But then he's also gone for perhaps a small black ball that could sit on a chair and every so often it could start talking and Damian would have to throw a clap on it.
I'd have more, I don't know, charisma than you. Maybe I could just throw a cloth on you every time. We could be like, no, Tom, we don't know who could be watching. But yeah, they're all great suggestions. Replace Tom with a Palantir.
Johan Galdi said we have chairs like Damian's at home in the what do I have like Damian has section.
You have chairs like we have. Is that the big armchair? I don't know. We were downstairs, weren't we?
Yeah.
Okay, congrats. Great chairs.
Last episode, what did we talk about? Any idea?
Chairs?
With James. James was there.
Oh no, it was the it was good. It was good. It was our favourite, our 5 profiles that best represented how they feel in the game.
Yeah. So a few of you have written in, and your top 5. So Ray Jolson, he's gone for Aragorn, who we had somewhere in ours. Boromir, Hobbit Bilbo. I think did you have a Hobbit Bilbo?
Yes, I went for Master Burglar.
Ringwraith, which we have, and Mimic, which I also think we have.
James went for Mimic.
Ben Galea. For me, Thranduil Elk is most like his film counterpart. Fight 7 in the Blade Lord rule represent his combat prowess perfectly. Also, the Elk's really cool with its 2 wounds.
He's also stunning. I painted him up just before Christmas. Amazing model.
And Larry Miller agrees. But I think you had Tauriel, so we
did a little for the knife viral. She was representing Mirkwood Rangers and Thranduil for me.
David Murphy, he's gone for Thranduil, Ringwraith again, Aragorn again, with Isildur's heir as his favourite Aragorn, Legolas and Boromir of Gondor. So quite similar choices here. Ian Marley, Frodo, Fellowship Frodo.
Okay.
Smaug.
Yeah, Smaug's like, he definitely does, but it's almost, I think we almost discounted it, didn't we?
Gollum.
Gollum. Okay.
Witch King of Angmar.
Yeah.
And then Gandalf the White and Shadowfax.
Yeah, Gandalf's pretty badass.
Then Joshua Bryant.
Gollum's an interesting choice, because does he do, I suppose he's got some fluffy rules around taking the ring away, but he's not got an awful lot of rules that do his things.
Joshua Bryant, Damrod.
Damrod? Okay.
Eomer, Knight of the Pelennor. Witch King of Angmar again. Imrahil. And then Aragorn, Isildur's heir.
Yeah, similar choices.
And Duncan Mick, he's gone for Legolas, Imrahil, Andor, Oh no, Imrahil for the same reasons that James gave for Ander.
Yeah, that's good as that. Another vote for Ander.
Really? The Lingering Shadow.
That's mine.
And Smaug. And Aragorn again.
Smaug does a very good job what Smaug does in the game, I think,
Mm-hmm.
in the film.
Bill Mullane has gone for I think he's gone for Ori Thorin and Biffa.
Ori, Thorin, and so that's the slingshot, Thorin, and the battle wound, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nice.
The Thorin's Company ones are cool. Little rules.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on to trivia section. What did you ask 7 weeks ago, Damian?
I asked how in the I think Battle Companies must have just come out possibly, or been pre-released or something. How on the website there are a whole bunch of bundles called so and so Battle Company, they're kind of plastic sets bundled together, I believe. And I asked how many of those bundles there were on the website.
I have no idea. I'd have a guess at around.
I think you had a guess 12 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago. I think that. Couldn't tell you what you said.
About 20.
20?
Yeah.
No, far too many.
Is it?
Yeah. Would you like to know?
Yeah.
There are 9.
9.
9.
One of 9.
One of a number. One of 9.
9. Has anyone got 9?
Sauron.
Oh, I got it. Yeah. Good. We've got an 8. We've got a 10.
Who
don't
said
think
8
we
and
have
10?
a 9. So saying 8 was Dominic beats Raybold, and saying 10 was Andreas the Norwegian Viking.
Oh no, I don't know Dominic, and Andreas always gives us chocolate. Dominic. R.E. chocolate.
But he's listed them all, so we can see which one he's missed. He's gone for. He said.
I don't know what they are, Tom.
He said Lake Town.
Don't know what they are.
Dal Guldur.
Don't know what they are.
Rivendell.
Keep it up.
Lothlorien.
Don't know what they are.
Thranduil's Halls. The Shire. Iron Hills, and another one. Maybe, possibly, could be, might be. Well, I said 8, so I'll stand by it. They're at 8. So he 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. He's thinking 8, but he was like maybe 9. But
do you know what the 9th one is?
No.
No, me neither. I'll tell you what, I think he's only got 7 because I doubt Iron Hill's on there because Iron Hill's will be on the Forge World website. True story.
Yeah.
Maybe, won't they?
So on that basis, you go in front of it.
I think we should give them both.
Okay.
Dominic and Andreas can both have the chance to buy yourselves a Freddo. Andreas, you better do it. You go buy that Freddo and you eat it and you like it. Not want any of your anti-Freddo propaganda. You're going to enter the competitions, you go, damn, I'll buy the Freddo.
And then my question this last episode was, how many Battle Company scenarios are there in the book? Did you know the answer?
Are we talking about, did you say, is it include narrative ones?
Just
Generic ones? There are 12.
There are 12. There are 12. Which? Dominic beats Raybold. Andreas.
Same Dominic?
Yeah. And
Same Andreas.
Same Andreas. King Burnseye. Anyone else? Yes, Wah as well. They all got the number of scenarios.
So
right.
Andreas and Dominic both win 2 Freddos and a chance to buy
Freddo.
themselves a bonus Freddo. You can go out and buy yourself 3 Freddos. Please enjoy Freddos responsibly.
Anyway, well done, guys.
Don't drink and Freddo.
This week's trivia.
This week's trivia, indeed. I like this one.
Yeah.
I'm pleased with this. I got good one. So I'm gonna do a bit of role play with you all. It's not like that.
Steady.
Yeah, steady now. I'm gonna start with Tom, but this same question applies to you all. I have here the 12 scenarios from the General's Accessories Pack, indeed, available from all good Games Workshop websites. And I want you to imagine a situation.
Is it a Forge World or a?
No, this is GW.
That's a G.
Yeah. This ain't going to get you to your 250. I want you to imagine a scenario where we're going to have a cracking day and we're going to play all 12 of these.
Yeah.
Okay,
What a day.
Yeah, what a day. What a time to be alive. And we're going to use a special form of army building. Okay?
All wogs.
If only.
All wog riders.
Nearly. You could have all wargs, actually. You could make it work. What we're going to do is you're going to have one hero.
Okay.
That hero
Warg
must
chief.
be your leader, Warg Chieftain for you, right? And then, I don't know, let's say you're playing 500 points, everything else has to be a warrior. So crucially, you only have one hero in your army.
So let me get this straight. I'm World Chieftain, loads of wargs. You're Tauriel and Mirkwood Elves.
Other armies are available.
But that's what.
Yeah.
We're doing that all day.
Apparently. Yeah.
I need to get into the zone.
Yeah, of course.
Ask me to roleplay. It needs to be real for me.
You and Lily must have a great time.
Yeah, cannot perform.
So yeah, that's what we're going to do. All above board.
Yeah.
All above the table stuff. How we're going to play this 12 games. We only have one hero in our armies,
Right.
as do you. In this situation, when we play these 12 scenarios, if my leader kills your leader...
That would happen.
In every scenario,
Mm-hmm.
my leader kills your leader.
So Tauriel kills a World Chieftain.
In every scenario, and we have no other heroes in our army, how many victory points would I get just for that? So in total, across 12 games, if I achieve the victory condition of killing the leader, and it has to be with my leader, because that's the only hero I've got, how many victory points would I get?
I think you're looking at this in the wrong way. It's about taking part and having a day of fun SBG. You don't need to worry about the victory points, that's not what matters.
Yeah, do you think it'd be fun spending a day with you? Oh,
Beating up all what?
I've got a list of references to the contrary.
Good.
Yeah, that would get old quick for you, wouldn't it? All my wargs are dead. Anyway, game 2. All my wargs are dead. We set up for game 3. Before you just lose that, just gun you down. Run towards... Recon against Mirkwood Rangers. Rocks, alright, run towards me. Go nuts. Bring your World Chieftain onto my Tauriel. So there you go. I think that's a good question.
Nice. My question this week, Damian's had a go at it earlier.
Does it involve roleplay?
It does not.
Maybe not off that last
You
sentence.
wouldn't have had a go at it. So my question is a bit harsh for you guys, but it's probably no less harsh than Damian's, to be fair.
They might know mine. They can't possibly know yours.
It is.
So, on that respect, I'd say no.
When I first started the hobby, I'll give you the year 2016, I got the... What? What are you laughing at? What are you shaking?
You did not start the hobby in
2006. What's wrong with me?
It feels longer to me.
Okay.
Yeah. You started in 2016, it feels a lot longer.
2006.
2006.
When I was 16, that's where the confusion sets in.
Yeah, well, yeah, idiots are easy to confuse.
Yeah. 2006.
Yeah.
So at least it's...
I think that's useful to set
it's useful info.
Yeah.
I got the Barlin's Tomb, whatever it was called, the
Mines of
starter
Moria.
set, Mines of Moria starting set. I also got 3 heroes. So not from the Mines of Moria set, it's not the Plastic Fellowship or anything. 3 more heroes as the first things I ever had. I want you to say, and there's a Freddo available for each one, what those 3 heroes are.
Don't Google it.
You got there in the end.
I did get it in the end. But I didn't get there for a while because I'd utterly discounted one without asking.
Yeah.
Which I was like, it won't be that. But yeah, they're guessable. But Tom's, his olive branch is that if you get any of them, you get a Freddo.
Yeah.
So you can potentially get 4 Freddos out of that. So if you get all the trivia questions next week, you can get 6 Freddos.
I particularly enjoyed that Damian gave the answer of Mablung, who doesn't even exist in the game, before he got the right answer.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
cheeky outside bet.
yeah. Anyway, good luck with that.
Yeah, I agree. Good luck with
Damian spitting T-section.
that. Boom.
And this week, what are we actually going to talk about? I mean, we've probably been banging on for ages.
Well, there's a lot to catch up on. We are going to talk about what we were meant to talk about 2 weeks ago, and then 1 week ago, which was, we're sorry, Jay, the return of the Clash of Heroes, which is now devoid of any tension.
Yeah.
But we'd originally planned Clash of Heroes is the awesome thing that the team of Alert do on the Warhammer community site, where I'm sure you're all aware of it, they set up all the heroes. We talked about it last year when they did 3 attack, 3 wound heroes, I think they were. And they all have big Royal Rumble and they scrap and do your predictions. And they brought it back this year. And everyone got to vote, which is incredibly cool. They asked the community which heroes to put in. everyone voted. They picked the most popular and then wrote it up. And then 2 weeks ago, whenever it was published, we were going to do our predictions that week, ready for the post on the Friday. Didn't do it. Then we thought, well, we'll do it for next week before the semi-finals. Didn't do it. But what we have done is made our predictions. When we made these predictions 2 weeks ago, for real, like, you know, Scout's honour, say what we'd do. And we'll go through it now, because it was going to be our topic. And it still might be interesting to see if we agreed. Yep. Okay?
Okay, matchup 1.
Yep.
Who was it?
It was Aristor v Lutz.
Aristor v Lutz.
Well, you know, this isn't just you now watching us have a chat. We're hoping that you might fill in the comments below, like, what you thought. Aristor v Lutz.
I went for Aristor.
I went for Aristor.
I mean, high defence, better fight value, has throwing daggers.
Yeah.
Has lots of fate.
It's better than Lutz.
It's just better than Lutz. Lutz has the mic, but it's not worth it.
And who went through?
Aristor.
Aristor, indeed.
So,
smash that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're so talented.
Number 2.
Dwalin v Amdur.
Dwalin.
Because despite James Long's weird obsession with him, Dwalin, again, fight
Extra
6,
attack,
burly,
yeah.
might. He was always.
Amder's special rule. Amder does have an elven blade, but I think Dwalin with the burly should win.
As memories.
And the extra attack.
Yeah. And who went through?
Dwalin.
But isn't that the one where he very nearly didn't?
Yeah.
Dwalin was down to 1 wound, no fate, I think. But that, I remember reading that on the community site and being terrified. Like, it reminded me of reading like Storm of Swords or something back then. I was terrified about any character. I was like, no. Yeah, so Dwalin went through 2 out of 2.
Third one.
Tariel, the Mouth of Sauron. Tariel.
Yeah.
Because Tariel.
You don't care what it is. I thought I went Tariel, but
Where
I
is she?
thought
She's still on the shelf. Oh, she's on there.
I thought that a Mouth of Sauron could have a cheeky outside bet with immobilise.
No,
but
Tariel.
I think Tariel
2 fate.
wins. Yeah.
No, sorry, 2 will. 2 resist.
I think Tariel wins that.
Yeah, like I get what you're saying if he can immobilise, but I thought you've got the turn where she resists it at least 1, and then he's still got to get priority, and he's a bit rubbish in combat.
Yeah.
My girl.
Cool.
Next one up. Oh, and who went through?
Tariel.
3 out of 3. Next one up. Faramir v the Keeper of the Dungeons. Keeper. Obviously. God. What? Keeper of the Dungeon. Yeah. Same number of attacks. Same fight. One of them is when he knows if he's higher fight value, he can pierce and strike. Correct strike. Where did you find it? What? I haven't played the game so long. Will he know that he's higher fight value when you're piercing strikes? I haven't played in ages.
What?
Say you both heroic strike.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does he say, he says piercing strike before once he knows the fight value?
I haven't really thought about that.
No, but this is an obvious question. Surely we should be able to answer it. I haven't played in ages. You would...
You'd roll.
You'd roll your heroic
heroic.
strike.
Heroics come before normal.
Yeah, you'd know. Yeah.
Because then once the heroics are done, you could say shield.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so you could say piercing strike after that, or not.
Just leave us alone. So
Damian
I think he's got the opportunity. He didn't know either. He's got the opportunity if he knows he's won the heroic strike roll off to then piercing strike if he wants to. And I think you just count on a strength.
Obviously.
On a strength
Obviously
5 burly model to bounce through that. And who went through?
Keeper. Goal.
So 4 out of 4. I was reading this article
Rattling
feeling
through,
pretty smug, if I'm honest.
Number 5.
Rumil v Thryden.
Rumil.
Yeah.
With the 6.
Rumil. One of the best special rules in the game.
Yeah.
I thought I did think if Thryden just wins once, he could do him.
Yeah.
Because he's strength 5.
Yeah.
So he need 5s to wound him, and he's not. Is he burly?
Yeah. No, he's just 2-handed.
No, he's not burly.
So he's not.
But he could pierce and strike.
Yeah. Yeah, it just needed 1 lucky hit, but I think with Rumil 6 and the 3 might, I think back Rumil. Thryden have to get pretty lucky on the strike.
He's also got a high fight value, so
Yeah.
Thryden would have to burn it.
He has to strike and then burn a might to get up to a 6 potentially, and he's struggling then.
And Rumil's 2 fate, 2 wounds, isn't he? So he's still got to wound him.
I think he's 1 fate.
You're right. But he's still probably got to wound him twice to get through. Possibly. And who went through?
Rumil.
5 out of 5. We are so talented. Next up, Ayama v Malha.
It started getting quite tricky. I went Malher, but I don't know. This one could have gone either way. He's got the extra attack.
Extra attack over
and they both need 5s because he's strength 5.
Yep.
So I was like,
both.
Ayama has the extra
Ayama's
might.
got 3 might.
And that's and more fate.
Yeah.
Extra fate.
Yeah.
So it's extra might and extra fate or extra attack, and I went extra attack.
Extra attack to win the fight.
Yeah.
I went Malha.
No,
The only solid choice. The only sensible choice.
And the winner was?
Ayama.
Oh, Ayama.
Disaster. And my glorious smug scroll is a terrible Malha, choking Malha.
That was really close though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. So Malha went through there.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Gimli v Shelob.
I thought this was one of the biggest matchups in the first round because I would back both of them to go quite far into the tournament.
Yeah, did you have, before you found any, did you have a winner, like just straight off the bat, like looking at one, who you thought would win it?
I thought that the winner could potentially come from the Gimli Shelob. I didn't pick a winner straight off. Like if you gave me all the names, I didn't think who I'd. I don't know who I'd say. Gimli could have been up there.
So then Gimli versus Shelob is a horrible first round draw.
Yeah.
Who do you go for?
I went for Shelob because I was like, if she charges and wins that with the extra attack and then the knockdown, she can do serious damage in one turn.
He's got 3 fate, hasn't
he? Yeah, 2.
No, 2. He's got
2 fate, 2 wounds, and if she's 4 attacks, I could, and it really depends on whether she sticks around.
I went Shelob. And my thinking was more, she'll survive.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Gimli's got to win. He needs 6s to wound her. He's got to win
that was
3 fights.
Unless he piercing strikes, but
he probably wouldn't. And he could go with the 2-handed to wound her, but he probably wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking he needs to. She can probably, if he's got 2 attacks, and he needs 6s. Even with might, she's gonna survive 3 rounds of combat, and all she needs is, she could need is 1.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got the higher fight, so that's taken out his might, and I went with Shelob. She got through.
Mm-hmm.
She did it. Got through. Good girl, Shelob. And final, so we are both, this is interesting, we're both on 7 out of 8 at the moment. Finally, the King of the Zed versus Vrasku.
I think that I thought that Vrasku would go through if they were sensible and kept his fate and maybe a might point back.
I picked Vrasku.
Because the King of the Dead has his kill him with
Filthy
a
rule.
blade type thing.
Yeah.
But I was like, Vrasku should, if he just sticks at it and doesn't let him do that.
Doesn't let him. Could you not kill me in
But
one clip?
he's got 1 fate, so if you just keep his might back for saving the fate.
Yeah. And also, he's got more attacks.
Yeah.
He's a higher fight.
Yeah.
Is King of the Dead fight 4?
Yeah. It's 1 attack.
Yeah, he's 1 attack. He's got 2 might to boost his rolls. And what's his defence? His defence A, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe he's tough to kill. I went with Vrasku. I very much went with Vrasku. Without really thinking about it too much, I love Vrasku.
Yeah.
King of the Dead. So we picked the same. We picked the same 8 to win.
Yeah.
I think we were right. I think it's the results of it. And I was particularly glad that me, with my strong love for Isengard, was let down by Vrasku and Malha.
Yeah.
Damn choking Uruk. Lurtz did his job and died.
Yeah.
So that was my 6 out of 8.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was pretty pleased with.
Mm-hmm.
But that then set up some great semi-finals.
Yeah.
And I've got the semi-finals here.
Mm-hmm.
So we had Eristor v Dwalin.
Yeah. Another tricky one. But I went with Dwalin.
I went with Dwalin. Oh,
we should have known better. We should have known better.
Why? Yeah, because it's probably good contextual information.
Mm-hmm.
We do our little Royal Rumble at 7 Stones where all the heroes get in, and Eristor won it last year. So he's a good hero. Yeah, I went with Dwalin. Same fight value.
And he's got an extra might and the burly stuff. And Aristor has the daggers and an extra fate, but it's like,
And I seem to remember when reading them, because I read them
I
like
think
last
Dwalin
week.
choked and just didn't wound on 2 occasions.
Maybe, but I seem to remember his elf blade coming into it an awful lot. Like the elf blade winning him a lot of fights, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I went for Dwalin, you went for Dwalin, and Aristor went through.
Yeah.
Oh, this changed everything. Next up, we have Tariel v the Keeper of the Dungeons.
Yeah, who'd you go for?
I went for Tariel. I was all ready to say on here, it was a heart versus head. My head said if I was betting money, it's the Keeper of the Dungeons, but I have to vote for Tariel. This is before. Yeah. This was the week before we'd seen the semi-final, so I had to cheer on. I was like, I can't bet against Tariel.
Yeah.
No
I
way.
went Keeper.
Yeah,
so this is the one we've differed on, but we don't.
I think I agree with you. Yeah, but I would have supported Tariel. I would have followed her to the end. My sister,
and it worked.
My captain, my queen.
It worked.
It didn't work. Keeper of the Dungeon went through.
Did he?
No, that's my.
Oh, that's yours.
That's my early.
Oh, that's shocking.
Yeah, I think he did. Keeper of the Dungeon.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I was getting confused, but
it was close. It was close. I think like she put up a good fight. I was very proud of my girl. But again, it's if you're all heroic striking off each other, she's got defense 5.
Yeah.
Which meant he could wound her on
3s.
3s normally, and he could pierce and strike.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't have a lot of she wouldn't have a lot of might to boost fate rolls. But yeah, so I'd agree with you on the keeper, which means we've got 1 wrong so far, haven't we?
Yeah.
Oh no, we got 3 wrong from the first round. But
we've
agreed, and 1 wrong
in this one.
But we've agreed on everything so far,
yeah.
which is interesting. So next up we had, I thought it would be Rumil versus Malher, and I'd put Rumil to go through.
Yeah, and I thought it was Rumil against Malher, and I put Rumil to go through.
But instead it was Rumil versus Aemma.
I still would have gone Rumil.
Yeah, I thought Malher could take Aemma, so I obviously think Rumil could take Aemma. So yeah, again, it's the fight 6, the reroll 6, and I didn't think Aemma had much to trouble Rumil. So it was Aemma v Rumil, and Rumil went through?
Yep.
Cool. So we're still all agreeing, and we've got 3 wrong.
Then we have Shelob.
We have Shelob versus the King of the Dead.
And we thought Shelob v Vrasku as well.
Yeah, so I had it as Shelob v Vrasku and had Shelob going through.
I had Shelob going through against Vrasku as well.
Obviously the same.
And I would have had Shelob going through against King of the Dead still.
You would, because that was the...
That is her...
That is
when
a
I read that, it's
draw.
the worst matchup.
It's the worst possible matchup for her.
Because he gets 1 and then that's it.
And he only needs a 4 to wound her.
Oh.
Because he wins against her courage.
Yeah, I hadn't really thought about this.
So you've got your 50-50 priority roll, which I know changes based on who had it before.
First fight.
If he goes in,
1-on-1.
It's 1-on-1, where the higher fight video, I know it comes into it, but it doesn't come into it nearly as much.
Yeah.
And then he needs a 4+ to kill her. Whereas if she goes in,
knocks him down,
she's then got 4 dice.
Yeah.
And she can rend.
Yeah, and that's dead.
Well, he's got a couple of fate, hasn't he?
Yeah, but probably dead.
But that's a grim
And if he's shot down, he then doesn't have another turn of striking unless he wins priority.
Yeah,
still be on the floor.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a good point. So even though that was a grim draw, I still would have bet on Shelob on that. You?
Mm.
So we're still agreeing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And the winner was?
King of the Dead.
King of the Dead, out of nowhere.
Took down my girl, Shelob.
He's going through with his 1 attack.
Rampant sexism in the Clash of Heroes. All the women are out. Yeah, so, and he did just that. I think they seem to think they had quite a few fights. Like they had quite it wasn't like one time, I seem to remember. So, yeah, so leading up to the semi-finals, we've agreed on every result so far, and we're wrong about 4. Which is not bad. So the semi-finals, we had Aristor versus the Keeper of the Dungeons.
Yep, and I had Dwalin versus Keeper of the Dungeons, but I went for Dwalin when I had that.
Oh well, I had Dwalin versus Tariel.
So I'd have gone for Dwalin there, but if it was Aristor against Keeper, ooh, I don't know. That's a tricky one. I think Aristor has the fight.
He's got 3 fate and 2 wounds. 5s to wound the keeper. He's only got 1 might, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I
He's got the
think
throwing daggers though, so if he wins priority, he's got
he's 6 to wound.
decent-ish chance.
I think I would have gone for the keeper.
I think so. Maybe.
So that is my first semi that I was completely wrong about because I had Dwalin v Terrier because of my heart.
Okay. But I had Dwalin v keeper and Dwalin wins that.
Yeah, I had Dwalin going through to the final against such insurmountable odds.
Yeah.
I didn't think Terrier would survive. So yeah, I had Dwalin reach the final. But it wasn't. It was Aristor v the keeper, and Aristor went through.
Again. Classic Aristor, clearly.
Mistake. So that's 5 wrong for us.
And
but
then
did you say you would have bet on the keeper?
against Aristor?
Yeah. So we're still agreeing.
Yeah.
The other semi-final was then Rumil v the King of the Dead.
Rather than Rumil against Shelob that we were thinking. And I went with Rumil against Shelob. So I'd have gone...
Oh, did you?
Yes.
I had Shelob winning that. That's our first one we disagreed on.
I had Rumil because of the 6s. I know it's only a 1 dice, but I was just like, with his 3 might... I don't know. I just thought Rumil might do it.
I think I agree with you for a few rounds, but I just thought she would have survived again. Because he needs 6s to wound her. And she just would have held out. He's only got 2 attacks. And she just would have held out for that 1 turn where he runs out of might. She wins and then rinses him.
Yeah, maybe.
But Shelob was longer.
But the other thing with Rumil is he can shield when she charges.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
So try and prevent her from winning that whenever she charges. So yeah, I think Rumil... I had Rumil going through there.
Right, Shelob. So
yours is a Shelob Dwalin final.
Yeah.
And I had a Rumil Dwalin final.
So we've disagreed on 1, but with Rumil against the King of the Dead, I'm assuming we both said Rumil.
Yeah. Well, they've gone Rumil.
Cool. So 1 disagreed result so far.
And the winner was...
Rumil.
So the final that they have is Rumil against Aristor.
Elves OP.
And I had Rumil against Dwalin, and you had Dwalin against Shelob.
Yeah. And in Dwalin against Shelob, I initially said my gut feel was Shelob. I was like, Shelob will rinse everyone. But then actually I was thinking about Dwalin. I was like, hang on, Dwalin's got 3 attacks.
Barely.
And,
Strength 5.
And should be able to win the fight.
Yeah.
You know, he's got 3 might to...
2 might. There's 2 might.
There's 2 might, that one, isn't it? Yeah.
But still,
he should be able to win the fight, and he could do some damage because he'd only need 4s to wound. And so I thought, actually, I reckon Dwalin might take that.
So you went Dwalin winner?
I think so. But I changed. I did originally think it was going to be Shelob. And obviously I didn't have to say it not in advance, but I think... He's only got 2 wins to be fair again. If she does get him, he might. If she survives 3 rounds of combat, winning some of them potentially. I don't know. I thought if he did 3 heroic strikes, he'd almost certainly be higher fight. So then he'd almost certainly win.
Yeah.
2 heroic strikes, sorry. So he'd have 6 dice guaranteed, pretty much guaranteed to wound her, needing 4s, which should do 3 wounds. And after that, it then got. If she could roll a 6, maybe. But I think you'd probably go Dwalin.
And then, so in my Dwalin Rumil, I went Dwalin in the end. Just because of the wounding factor. I thought he should... The fights, Rumil has the Elf Blade, but if he wins the fight, he can do so much more damage. Well,
Dwalin's just gets 4s, and you just need those 3 dice to just 3 4s.
Yeah, and you're like, alright. But yeah. In the end, it was Aristor against Rumil in a bit of a slogfest, but the winner was Aristor. So who's won our Arena of Champions? We've had Aristor, we've had...
It was Gloin and Gimli.
Gloin.
But one of them's won it twice, I think.
No, I think it's just Gloin, Gimli and Aristor, the winners.
Oh, because we've had 3, but I think we always have a 2nd place, and I think didn't Gloin and Gimli reverse winner?
There was a Shield Bearer. Shield Bearer was a runner-up, and then
I think it's another Gloin or Gimli that has come 2nd. And we were always like, in that sort of thing, dwarfs win.
It's the defence.
Because the defence keeps you in it. But then obviously Gimli, who was a great shout, got taken out by Shelob.
Dwalin's not as high defence.
Yeah, he's in defence 6. But yeah, Aristor is... I don't get it. I don't really get how he won it. Yeah. Good old Bill. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know what his stat line is, but against all that opposition...
His daggers seem to do chip away at a few cheeky...
Reroll failed wounds.
Yeah. I think that's what we missed. That reroll failed wounds pretty good in this. Because you're not expending might to have another pop.
Yeah, fight 6 and Elf Blade is great. Yeah. But I still
wouldn't... one might. 3 fates handy.
1 might.
3 fates handy. We'd have thought something with the 1 might would just heroic strike, kill him before he... I think he's really good once you're down to no might each.
Absolutely.
But...
You're fighting a lot of 3 might heroes that can strike above him. Yeah. Yes, that was awesome though. That was really, really good to see. It was
great read.
I thought I'd done really well for the first round, and then it all went to hell off. But yeah, it was. You're absolutely right. It was a brilliant read. I really enjoyed it, and it was surprisingly tense. Like reading through it.
So well done, guys. I don't know what they could do.
Yeah, I don't think they've said. I think they said something like, "Yeah, we'll do another one in the future." They didn't say what it was, but obviously people are sending in loads of ideas. I think there was a chat about unnamed stuff, which would be cool. And
an unnamed captain type one would be cool.
Well, I think people are less. This might be one of their comments, but people are less attached to them because they're not cheering on their hero. They're cheering on generic captain and minister. Rohan captain with shield.
Castellan.
Yeah, Castellan. Get on Rohan captain with shield. What a lad.
One of the best 50-point bat reps ever.
Absolutely. So yeah, it was brilliant. Really, really good. So let us know were there any shock surprises for you.
Yeah.
You know, how are you? So, whatever else. There we go.
Is that our tailing off on that topic?
I think so. Good. Give us a strong finish.
Who would have won the 3rd place playoff if they'd done one?
What, the real 3rd place playoff?
Yeah.
So that's Keeper of Dungeons?
Yeah.
Against King of the Dead?
Yeah. We're going to obviously say Keeper now.
Keeper of Dungeons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we would have...
His courage is 5, so you need 5 to wound him.
We reckon the podium would have been Keeper and the 2 elves.
Yeah. Should have been Tariel. It's interesting. It's really interesting seeing how those things that don't do particularly well in the game do well 1-on-1. I mean, we've seen in the 50-point battle reps the last few weeks with the Wild Riders, like how they're not considered particularly competitive, but in that, when you strip away everything else, they're very, very good. And I think you're seeing that sort of thing, like with some of those heroes.
Because I think another thing is things like Dwal in 1-on-1. Like, okay, he probably got unlucky in this, but if you can get him in a position on the board where he's trapping something with something else, he auto kills it because he gets double wounds, but he's never trapping anything in this, so it's not quite the same. Aristar,
Like Tariel's an awesome hero in the game, but she's never going to do well in that because low defense.
Yeah, it's the low defense
is a killer in that.
Yeah, and you're not... Tariel's not usually someone who goes into heroes in the game. You'd put her into troops.
So yeah, well done guys. It was really good, really enjoyable.
Did anyone get Aristar? I think a few people in the group did.
Yeah, maybe, yes.
It was Kieran who betted on Aristar, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we have the highly immoral at 7 Stones, the Arena Champions where we do a Royal Rumble. We have gamer gambling before, where we run around the room with and everyone sees the heroes they've put in, and we are you can put a quid in.
Yeah.
You can bet on different heroes, and if your one wins, we then split the pot. It's just a bit of fun. Don't gamble, kids.
Yeah.
We are members of the biggest gambling league in the country, and we gamble responsibly.
What was it? You're allowed up to 3 guesses, I think we had last time.
Yeah, because people are like, can I bet on someone else if you want?
Sure.
We make nothing out of it, we give it all back.
Yeah.
And last year, Kieran was the only one to bet on Aristar.
Yeah,
so Aristar won, so you got... it's not all of it though.
Because we had second
place, I think if you win your round, you got your money back. You got your quid back.
Yeah, if you won your little group. And then it was because Bill was second, and a lot of people did a joke bet on Bill and got some money out of it.
Amazing. So yeah, Kieran, only one person thought Aristar would take that, and it's slightly different to the Arena Champ, to the Clash of Heroes thing, because you're fighting 1-on-1 fresh each time, as opposed to bumped up with our rules with the might win and fate, but it is kind of interesting that Aerostore's won. I never would have bet on him to win ours at all, and he's come through. And I think it is that longevity thing. If you keep going,
he's defence 7 as well, which is.
Oh, is he?
I think so.
I thought he was 6. I
think he's 7.
If he was 7, that's probably. I knew he was 7. I probably would have bet on him to win the whole thing.
Is he 7? Have I just made that up? Defence 7.
7. Callum used to use him a lot. He's quite annoying to come
Terrified,
against.
yeah.
Good little profile.
It's the one might that puts you up at 80 points.
Remember famously, was it Jamie or James in a really early batter who was like, he's awesome, he's such a good hero, and he took a courage to Snake Eyes. And
well, that's because he hid him because he was the leader. He hid him in the woods and was like, I'm gonna get this, and then he choked.
Courage 6, one will. Laughing, mate, laughing.
Anyway, with that, anything else for us to do, is there? 50-point bat rap, which we need to film now, don't we?
We need to film it now.
Let's go
it's the returning Glorious Wild Riders.
Against something I've cobbled together.
Yeah. Any hints?
Anti-cavalry.
Thranduil. Felbeast.
Yeah,
Thranduil and Felbeast.
Felbeast 50 points.
We'll see you there.
Yeah.
So here we are for the 50-point bat rap. First one of 2018, and here are our returning champions. They are 3 Wild Riders and 1 Wild Rider with throwing spear, who I believe are possibly about to equal the record for most wins ever. We should have looked into that, but we'll find out. If not, I'm sure someone will tell us. And who are they up against today?
More cavalry.
Stolen the advantage, Precious. What have you got there, Tom?
I have 2 Royal Guard with throwing spears, and a normal Rohan guy with an axe.
Well, a point to spare.
Didn't need
don't
it.
care.
Didn't need it.
Today we're also testing out for the first time our wonderful new trees, provided by Andrew Pennington. He's selling trees that he makes on the trade page, and we got a load off him, and they're really good. So if you fancy some great range of wargaming trees, go and check them out. Shall we jump in with priority with our good old OHA dice? It's a cracking start. That's the first SBG dice I've rolled this year.
A 1.
5 pro skills from Harrison, and he's off.
I hadn't really thought about this. Can you I'll just mooch a little bit.
That's about that, because I've got a tape measure. There we go. You've mooched a little bit.
Yeah.
8-inch throwing spears.
Yeah.
Is that just Rohan? That's all throwing spears.
All throwing spears. So yours will also be 8 inches. But
I'll stay out of your charge range to ensure I get the cavalry charge. Yeah, you heard. Oh no! Pennington tree. There we go.
Good.
Over to you.
I'm going to throw at you.
Yep.
Double throw.
Oh god, the infantry ones.
I need 5s.
Who? What?
Gonna go through it at your throwing spear. No, I don't care about him. The guy in front.
Oh, I don't care about him. Because I'm gonna miss.
Jeez, if you get 6, I'm gonna be so upset.
They're strength 3, aren't they?
Yeah.
The Riders defense 5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for Royal Guard. Kill him.
6s and 6s.
Would have been great. Would have been great.
Priority.
Yeah. I've got OHA 6.
I've got a 1.
Any heroics? I jest.
Yeah.
We're going to go Bang, Chappie,
Dead take math.
Trappy Chappie, and throwing spear into. Oh god. Throwing spear into that one. 6 to hit him.
Alright.
Combat. I'll start with the trapped one. I will feint with both. So 5.
Not bad. I only need a 5, but don't I?
You will fight 4. Oh yeah. Precious defense 6. And there the OHA 6 comes through for me. And the OHA 5. And the fainter. Who gets an OHA 6. I think he's dead. We should take him off.
Yes. Okay, this is where I bring it all back.
Is it?
Yeah.
Just like S Club 7.
Yeah, this one in the middle.
I will faint.
Oh, it's good.
Oh no.
5s.
The rider. You will take nothing from
my,
me.
no.
Oh my no. Dismount a shield.
Piercing strike.
Piercing strike.
Yeah.
Going big. It's good. It's
Oh,
good.
no.
It's good. Oh, it's a terrible.
I go down by.
Solid 3. Down to defense 2, I
Yes.
believe. That's a 3. Fainting.
Yeah.
So that's dead. How do you take that off? Royal Guard stick. Oh, you get a throwing spear.
Yeah, I'll charge.
I would suggest you
That
hit.
one. Well, this is going well. Oh.
It's good.
It's got to move. Oh
I'm
my.
going to go for that. Don't need him.
This is where.
Don't need him.
This is where he comes back.
Might need him.
So I win.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit the guy. Strong.
Alright.
Yeah. Would you like to throw into me? Still just him? Sure.
Don't need him.
Oh. Oh no. Good. Priority. Oh, stop.
You're back. Throwing spear.
Oh no!
Horse or rider. Horse.
Oh, don't need that. Oh, this is depressing. Throne rider.
Yeah.
6. Means I can strike you.
Means you can try.
Oh, you get the charge bonus. It's so upsetting. Oh, no. Oh. So sad. So sad.
How many did I lose? I forget. It's rare in 50-point barrow, so we actually get some of the armies to be an audience.
I think that was worse than our sketch suggestions that we got this week.
If I'm honest, it's getting a bit easy now. If you could step it up a bit for the future.
I keep forgetting my Hunter Orcs. They'll rinse you.
Oh, will they?
Yeah.
Or like everything else would rinse the Wild Riders in his... I mean, they just murder everything. I can't remember the details of the game, but they barely lose anything.
It was so depressing when you killed me in turn 1 with a 1-on-1. I was like, oh, it's gone. It's gone.
It's gone. It's over.
It's all gone. Because you joked about dismount a shield. It's like, should have done that.
Yeah.
Should have done
But you can't. We thought about this a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
You can't, because you have to kill them.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed the
thought my-
several rounds of just fighting 1-on-1 with the other guys watching.
I thought my throwing spears would carry
No,
the
mate,
day.
you missed. And then they were dead.
Never trust in throwing spears.
My throwing spear was awesome. Killed your horse.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Trick is, the problem was you had too many. You had 2. You only need 1. Wild Riders, man. We need to check this out before next week, because I
Yeah.
reckon they are now. I reckon they're joint top,
Yeah.
and possibly top of all time in most wins.
Even above Aowen.
Yeah, I think so. I think she was on 5, and I think they were
I
on
should have got
5.
Aowen back.
Maybe that should be the grudge match.
Yeah. But anyway.
It's like when that in Gladiator, when that retired gladiator comes out of retirement to take on Russell Crowe and then dies. It'd be like that.
On that cheering note.
Wild Riders go marching on.
Yeah.
We hope to be back next week, as far as we know. It's been good, been fun, nice to be back. Hope you've enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
We seem to have sunk down the sofa as the episode has progressed.
Progressed or regressed?
Bit of both.
Both.
We will hopefully see you next week.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know all the various things, answers to trivia, what you thought of Clash of Heroes, is it yellow or is it orange? Other things as well, whatever. How are you? It's great to be back. And we will hopefully see you next week.
Yep.
Until then,
Don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe.
follow us on Twitter.
Twitter, and like us on Facebook.
Support your Hobbit host by clicking the links below.
Yeah. Support your Hobbit hobby.
And
Happy.
strategy.
Battle
gaming.
Oh, that was laboured. Absolutely laboured.
The episode? Or?
Oh.
that could be the tagline for our show.
Yeah.
That was laboured.
Good.
That was a tough watch.